Good morning, teacher. We are the group number 4. My group is made of Valeria Moreira,
Víctor Quesada,
Mayra Chasi Luisa,
Víctor Agualongo.
and Araceli Andaluz.
Okay, we are going to answer some questions about fiction and nonfiction.
Okay, in the first part, we have some question. Look at the picture and read the title. What do you think this history is about? Tell me, Mayra, please.
It seems like a history about someone that has flu or maybe has fever and he's resting in his bed. And you, Valeria?
I think it could be about a child with a serious illness. Reading the title, I think could refer to the valuable time that someone like him can lose with the illness.
Okay, another question. Do you know anything about the author Ernest Hemingway? Valeria?
Yes, when I was a child, the language teacher made us read El Viejo y el Mar.
Okay. Do you tell me, Araceli?
I don't know.
Okay.
Now we are going to answer some questions about A Day's Wait.
Okay. Tell me, Victor Agualongo, where does the history take place?
Okay, the history take place in a bedroom.
Okay, Araceli, who are the people in it?
The father, children, and doctor.
Victor Agualongo, what happens to them?
I think that the father and the son, uh, between them, there isn't the communication, so the son is very sick.
So, next question. Did you like the story? Why or why not? Valeria?
Okay, it was a bit confusing because I don't really understand the purpose of the history um, or the context in general, but I liked because what I understood in the end, the father and the son, finally they had a communication in between them.
Okay, and you, Victor, did you like the story? Why or why not?
Yes, I like this history because such a father was always optimist, emotional support was very important to him. Seeing such felt very bad and thought about dinner.
Uh, okay, this question is for Mayra. Tell me, what do you do think about the doctor's cure for the flu?
I think in those years it was the right medicine or the right decision or prescription because doctors attack directly to the influenza, different to these days in which we only go to the pharmacy and buy some medicines quickly.
Okay, now Araceli, tell me, what do you do when you have the flu?
I am going to the doctor.
So next question. Hemingway often wrote about hunting. Why do you think he wrote about hunting in this history? Victor Quesada.
Okay, I think Hemingway wrote it's because it is a true history and that's parents he lives it.
So, what do you think about hunting, Victor Agualongo?
Uh, I consider that hunting is bad because hunting is
Cierras.
taking away the freedom of animals just for pleasure.
Okay, why was the boy confused, Mayra?
Uh, I believe that the boy thought that he was going to die because of information that his friends from French tell told him before he was sick, and he confused the level of fever, but he was not going to die. And have you ever had a similar misunderstanding, Valeria?
Yes, in fact, I have had misunderstanding very similar to this story. When I was a child, I believed that I would die um, because in that time there was the H1N1 and I had the flu. So basically, the same thing happened. My parents told me that I would be fine.
Okay, next the second part, some question about the Black Death.
Okay, what did the plague kill so many people? Tell me, Victor Agualongo.
Because people weren't careful and they weren't very healthy.
How did it spread?
Uh, that was spread because people had contact, so that way the disease was transmitted. This disease.
Okay, Araceli Andaluz, tell me, why did the plague kill so many people?
For the lack of the clean lines care among all people,
How did it spread?
because the people don't care much about this pandemic.
So next question. How did people in the Middle Age try to stay healthy? Valeria.
Um, they try to stay healthy, putting perfume on them because they believed that the smell was the cause of the death. Other people did not let anyone to get into their homes. Other people made loud noise with church bells and firearms. Um, that's it.
Okay. And how do you try to stay healthy, Victor Quesada?
Okay, when you visit the doctor, when you receive vaccines or medical prescription.
Okay. Do you think there could be another plague today, Mayra?
Yes, I think it could be happen someday or in the future because we are not taking care about about themselves or our environment, maybe.
And what about you, Araceli?
Yes, why the people don't eat healthy food. Population in cities, for example, from scarce. And do you know about any disease that spread and killed many people? Tell me, Mr. Victor Agualongo.
Yes, I know disease.
What was the disease?
It was called Ebola.
When and where did it spread?
It was originated in West Africa from 2014 to 2016.
Okay. Do you know about any disease that spread and killed many people? Miss Valeria,
Yes,
what was the disease?
VIH.
When and where did it spread?
Um, okay. Um, it originated with the chimps in Africa, and it is spread with infected blood.
Okay. Do you know about any disease that spread and kills many people, Mr. Victor Quesada?
Of course, yes. Coronavirus killed millions of people.
What was the disease?
Coronavirus, the call it is COVID-19.
When and where did it spread?
In Wuhan, China, in December 2019.
With another pair of students, retell the story from beginning to end. Try to use your own words. You can look back at the history.
This history tells us about the Black Plague, which occurred in Europe and 25 million people died. Everything was a disaster. Entire families disappeared. The story tells us about what life was like in those times. There was a lot of poverty and little wealth, and dirt and lack of hygiene were aspects for the Black Plague. This plague was spreading rapidly. Death was horrible. They had black lumps, blood, and fever. People thought it was because of the bad smell or things like that. And they were also angry because they couldn't find a way to stop this. And this plague continued, but it didn't stop. In fact, to this, there are usually cases today.
Also, in that time, many places were closed because of that, and the weather was colder than any other period. And therefore, farmers couldn't produce food for their families, and it also affected countries like Italy, China, and continue affecting nowadays Brazil and Peru.
The Black Death was the devastating global epidemic of bubonic plague that struck Europe and Asia. The people gathered on the docks were met with a horrible surprise. And most of the people were dead, and those who were still alive were seriously in and covered in the black boils that bat and put. No one knew exactly how the black page uh, was transmitted from one mm, patient to another, and no one knew how to prevent or treat it.
The Black Plague that happened in the Middle Age, Catherine made this because it's not cool. It was running but rats and uglas that transmits the disease from one place to another. And you, Victor?
Okay, this affected many people and led them to death since they were not prepared that DC. So today we must take care of ourselves and be more alert. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Bye, classmate.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.